Okay, let's try this. Take two. Anyway, hello everyone. My name is Crystal Myers-Barber, and it is Tuesday night, February the 11th, 2025. It is actually 10:52 p.m. California time. Hey, I want to show you this t-shirt. It's hilarious. It has President Trump blowing a bubble, and it is so funny with pink glasses. And I actually have been wearing my MAGA hat around out here in Orange County, California. It's been amazing. I want to show you this. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll be right back.
$2.7 trillion in improper payments.
Just last year,
$170 billion were overpayments made to dead people,
criminals,
or those no longer eligible for government programs.
over $44 billion.
$44 billion?
$44 billion.
Over $44 billion were made in payments that could be here or not. They just don't know.
Medicare and Medicaid are the biggest contributors to improper payments.
Under the Biden administration, $764 billion went up in flames due to many factors like inaccurate record keeping or outright fraud.
By taking a deep dive into these organizations, the DOGE subcommittee can effectively eliminate the money spent by unelected bureaucrats.
Putting trillions of dollars back in the pockets of American taxpayers should not be a partisan issue.
It's our job to identify waste, fraud, and abuse in the government.
We are done putting America last.
We're done putting America last.
We're done putting America last.
Americans deserve to know where their taxpayer dollars are going and how their government spends it, and that's exactly what the DOGE subcommittee is going to give them.
Okay, so they're going to have a hearing, and I want you to catch this. And I'm sure this is Eastern Standard Time, on tomorrow at 10 a.m. And so that is their first hearing. I'm anxious to see, what we're going to see there. Next, I have people clapping. Janet Yellen has resigned. She has, I guess maybe she was putting in her retirement here. So that's a breaking news story. She's stepping down from the Federal Reserve Board. This happened yesterday on Monday. She submitted her resignation, and a lot of these people will be leaving office. She did start in, I think, 2021 under President Biden. Now, couple things I want to go to. One thing I mentioned I was on earlier, and this is a significant situation. Many of the media organizations legacy media is falling. And for the first time, they admitted it, that X was ahead of the news. So I'm seeing this a lot where I'll go on TikTok and I already know about it, and then one of them, whether it be Fox, CNN, CBS, all of them are having layoffs right now. The one I have pulled up under Associated Press, who actually, may I add, USAID funded, gave a lot of money to AP. That's been breaking, of course. But CNN is, they're having to lay off over 200 people due to people just ditching cable, finding other ways to watch the news, and they're in trouble. So basically, layoffs have been taking place. And it says CNN, I guess people just didn't want to watch it, even when Trump was having his inauguration. For example, only 1.7 million people watched compared to 8 million for Joe Biden's inauguration 4 years. So you can see where that is. People are kind of done with that. Now, today, a lot happened. President Trump, actually, he met with King Jordan, and he's pushing to relocate the Gaza Strip. So not only that, I need to let you know that Saturday is a really big day for the United States of America. And the reason is because Donald Trump has put a terrorist organization on notice, and he's given them a deadline. We're going to watch that right now, and just in case you don't know. You may want to prepare for this.
Saturday at 12 o'clock. And after that, I would say all hell is going to break out.
President Trump made that threat in response to a reporter's question in the Oval Office.
Okay, we have a stupid commercial to get through, I guess. I'm sorry. It just, somehow we lost sound, I guess. Let me see. Anyway, maybe they're muting this. I don't really know, but President Trump is saying if all the Israeli hostages aren't released by Saturday, I think, did I just say noon? He basically said all hell is going to break out. So that is what that is about. So for some reason, they don't want that to show. Okay, whatever. We're moving on. I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but one thing that happened today, President Trump, which I think is extremely significant, we're seeing these hostages, be released, and this happened tonight. Like, he had a press conference. Elon Musk was there and his little son X. Then later he told the reporters, if you want to come over at 10 p.m., come on over. And so he invited them, all the media and the press back, and they were there. I mean, if you back this video up, they were all waiting for hours, I guess, or a long time. And so wrongful detainee Mark Fogel, a history teacher from Pennsylvania, returned to American soil today after his 2021 arrest at a Russian airport. And I'll let you hear a few minutes of this, but basically he has a 95-year-old mom that he said he thought of often. And he also mentioned being injected 400 times with something. I mean, people were asking all over the chat box here, is he holding a beer? Just insane stuff that these hostages, are enduring. And let me just see. If I unplug this, I think we can hear it.
In a prison that had me in hospitals for more than 100 days. I was given more than 400 injections in that time. And knowing I had the support of my fellow Pennsylvanians, my family, my friends, it was so overwhelming that it brought me to my knees and it brought me to tears, but it was my energy, it was my being that kept me going that whole time. And I will forever be indebted to President Trump, to Steve over there. What a dynamic man this guy is.
That's true.
When I met him, the energy, the can-do attitude just exudes from his body. And
so basically, hopefully you can hear me. I'm just hoping you can. And of course, he was a U.S. detainee freed from Russian prison. I want to move over to something that I want you to see with this next part I'm going to show you is Border Czar Tom Homan. And basically what's happening is he's trying to do his job, and he's trying to remove all these people that are here as criminals. They're like wanted. He's not going into schools and churches and, raiding people that are
here and don't have their citizenship. He's looking for criminals. And so they heard that ICE was being tipped off, and I want to show you what he has to say. So check this out. Hopefully this will play. Okay.
About that rate is leaked, and now the administration is taking major steps to make sure that stops happening. Attorney General Pam Bondi warning yesterday right here on Fox News, quote, "If you leaked it, we will find out who you are. We will come after you." This after Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said that she thought that FBI employees were the ones responsible for these leaks. Also tonight, our own Bill Maloogian reporting that Secretary Noem is asking the Treasury Department to allow IRS agents to be sent to the southern border to help enforce immigration law. Here with more is Trump administration border czar Tom Homan. Tom, where are these leaks coming from?
Well, look, we think it's coming from inside, and we know the first leak of Aurora is under current investigation. We think we identified that person. Under investigation right now. The California leak.
Wait a minute. I want to go back because I didn't hear what he said. I want to hear who he said it was.
We think it's coming from inside, and we know the first leak of Aurora is under current investigation. We think we identified that person. Under investigation right now. The California leak. Secretary Noem, she's correct. Some of the information we're receiving tends to lead toward the FBI. But I talked to the Deputy Attorney General all this weekend. They've opened up a criminal investigation, and they have promised that not only this person lose their job and lose their pension, they're going to go to jail. They're going to criminally prosecute. So we're all over it. We got the DHS IG investigating the first one. Have a pretty good idea what happened. Can't share a lot because it's under investigation, but the IG's opened up a criminal investigation on the second one. We're sending a strong message.
Let me tell you what, these people are not here to play. I mean, I'm not used to this. I live in California, and he's talking about California. He is talking about the FBI right here in California. They're based in Orange. They're around the corner, really. And oh my God, do you remember when James Comey was in a bar in Los Angeles? And this was back in Trump's first term. He worked for the FBI. He actually heard about getting fired while watching TV. This is way, way, way worse. I mean, these people are going to. You heard Tom Homan. This is serious.
Yeah, giving the bad guys a heads up so they can escape apprehension. Right, arresting. Giving the Venezuela gang a heads up so we can't arrest them. You're putting officers' lives at risk. It's only a matter of time if we walk into a place where there's going to be a bad guy doesn't care. He's going to be sitting and wait for the officers to show up and ambush him. This is not a game. So DHS and DOJ are connected at the hip to hold these people responsible in a criminal fashion.
So early indications are this is coming from our own FBI. How certain are you of that?
Information leading to that. Again, I'll let the Department of Justice do their own investigation. But again, I talked to the Deputy Attorney General this week, and they've opened up a criminal investigation. He thinks the information is coming from there also, so we'll let that investigation play out. But some of the leads point that way.
Okay, and they're also showing the protests. I want you to see what they're doing today, Tuesday. They're still protesting. This has been going on for 2 weeks now. This started last Friday, and this is what they're showing in LA, and it's really gotten bad.
The idea of not hiring these 88,000 IRS agents to go after, law-abiding taxpayers and bringing them to the border, how helpful would that be in your mission?
That's strange.
So we'll put them to work. For the law enforcement officers, we can certainly put them to work and help them secure some of these.
What? He's going to put accounting people on the border? That is really strange.
At-large operations. They don't have immigration authority, but they can certainly cover a back door. They can certainly transport. They can certainly help process. The non-criminal IRS agent, they can help us process and do some intelligence and wrap around infrastructure planning. we'll take them. We can use all the help we can get because this is a big operation. So I hope we get some of them. I think President Trump's made it very clear. This is all a government approach because this is a national security vulnerability, our open border, and having all these over 2 million known gotaways. You and I talked about this a lot, Sean. Help us find these people who paid more to get away. Over 2 million. We know who they are, where they came from, why they're here. But we need to find those folks, and we'll take every man and woman available to come.
Really? Wow.
I keep going
That's
back
amazing.
to a question, and you have every right to be irritated with me for keep asking it. And this is the scary part of tipping off the enemy, because you're right, they'll lie in wait, and the element of surprise will be removed from those brave agents that are willing to find.
This is why I've been praying for Tom Holman and everything, and they're going to show some of the stuff I've seen with Dr. Phil and in Chicago, I'm sure, and some of the arrests and everything. So let's see here. We're gonna switch gears. I'm going over to Chat GPT. If you just bear with me.
Is it becoming the priority? Why? Because they're protecting public safety threats and national security threats. So we're going to double manpower. We're going to double operations. We're going to double targeting. We're coming full bore, and they're not going to stop us. I'm taking this seriously. I don't see.
Basically, I've plugged my mic in, and I've never had problems with my microphone before ever, and I am today. So this is going to be fun because I am going to ditch all the news right now because, you can look all this up yourself. President, let's see, I guess it's been 2 or 3 days. He stopped the production of pennies, and, he signed an executive order to ban paper straws. These are the things that are interesting. And then we could go on and on and on. But I'm very curious about Elon Musk. And so when I typed it up into the description, I noticed that YouTube didn't want me to be there. So I have to secretly type this out for anybody who's watching right now. I don't have hardly any viewers, which is awesome. That way you and I can just, maybe see what I discover, because I may have to take this down. So together we're going to let AI maybe talk about our newfound friend of America, who's taking America, taking the deep state down. He's DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, and people have mixed thoughts on this. Some people love him, some people hate him. This is turning out to be just like Trump, and I thought I would go over and ask an equal intelligence. So I brought that in. I have it queued up for us, and that's what I'm going to do. So let's leave Tom and all of his badass and all the Pam Bondi and all them. We'll come back to them another day, and let's make sure you're watching here, because I want you to see this. I'm gonna go off the cuff here, sort of, but not really. And this is a free service. I didn't log in or anything, so I'm just gonna ask a couple questions, and we're gonna find out. Let's just ask Chat GPT a couple questions. And is he a transhumanist? Because, see, I started following this guy back in 2022, and I learned he has like 6 or 7 companies. We're going to see that he probably is an answer, but I thought he was a transhumanist. So let's see what they say. Okay, so we know that he's an entrepreneur. He's a CEO of several companies, including Tesla, SpaceX, which he shot a rocket out yesterday. And the whole internet is talking about it. The Super Bowl, nothing happened. There was no commercials. And then the next day he shot this, his SpaceX thing out and made a big scene here in California. And quite a bit of people caught that. A lot of people thought it was a UFO, but it wasn't. So I'm not sure if you can see the answer, so I'm going to read it for you. So he also, of course, owns Neuralink, which is my next question. And that's a technology. I'm going to ask this super intelligence. I should not call it super intelligence yet, because we are supposedly not there yet. We are only on the way to that. But this is just, OpenAI. I'm not even using the Omni version because the Omni 40 you have to pay. So I'm using the free version. Should definitely replace this with your Google. Like don't you should go on here. So he's famous for his ambitious goals, including making human life multi-planetary. Because he wants to take us to Mars, which is insane. Reducing global dependence on fossil fuels and advancing AI and human machine interfaces. As for being a transhumanist, Musk has expressed some views that align with transhumanist ideas, but he doesn't explicitly identify as one. So I thought he was, but I guess they changed that. So everybody knows that transhumanism kind of merges. I'm just going to sum this up, but it's a movement that advocates for using technology to enhance the human condition, including improving physical and mental abilities. And achieving immortality. Basically, once you get the chip, you can live forever. This is what the promise of transhumanism is here. So some of Musk's ventures, especially Neuralink, focus on merging the human brain with AI, which is the core concept of transhumanism. And so let's see. And that just, you can go on and on. So my question, and I don't know, I think I can get one more question when you don't log in. Because I had this, and I started wondering, does have the neural, you kind of can guess what I'm going to type, Neuralink, I know how to spell it, brain chip. Let's just ask, because I was curious, and if it was so, would they admit it? So as of now, they're saying that he does not. However, I know he doesn't sleep, just like Trump. They go full boogie all the time, right? He does not have this Neuralink brain chip implanted in his own brain. This is what ChatGPT is telling me. While Musk has been a vocal advocate for the technology, which aims to create brain-computer interfaces, and that's where you get the word BCI from. It's also something that Klaus Schwab would like for us to have so that we can just download the cloud. And, he thinks that the cell phones and all the devices we hold are going to become obsolete. So this is their goal. He has not personally undergone the procedure. Neuralink's primary focus at this stage is they said they're in the development technology stage, and they're using it for people who have paralysis or brain injuries. And I know that they do have human trials. They do have people that have taken the chip. With being a believer in Jesus Christ, obviously this is that technology mentioned in Revelation. We know that 100% this sort of technology, whether it seems to be related with transhumanism out in the future, near future, it seems, that it will come in some sort of a technology advancement in this type of way. It's just so amazing to see the uncovering of everything in such a fast pace. You almost would have to think they started on this, a long time ago. It's just moving so fast in so many departments. I mean, good God. So tomorrow it does appear that in Congress, they're going to have a hearing. Was that what we saw at the beginning of this? Let me just go back. Yeah, wait. Oops, let's back this up.
To give them.
First hearing at 10 a.m. And it will be delivering on government efficiency House subcommittee. So we could hear more plans on maybe what it will happen to the people that they're busting. I don't know. I don't know how much power. I mean, this is all like such brand new stuff. And in the meanwhile, we're hoping and praying for our nation that it will be safe and we'll be okay because of the hostage releases, which that should be pretty smooth, I guess. So anyway, I just want to show you a few things. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming back and for watching. And please do let me know, your thoughts. Thanks, Terry, for tuning in on Facebook. I was live earlier and I had a bunch of people watching from YouTube, but I know it's late. So thanks for watching the replay and I'll see you soon. God bless.